Hi there. We're going to talk about how you go through the process of editing and revising your papers. They are actually two different processes. Editing is looking for kind of the smaller errors in grammar, spelling, and mechanics. So, for example, you might correct your contractions, get rid of personal pronouns, correct any spelling errors, fix sentence fragments and run-ons, or look for comma errors. By and large, with editing, you are looking to correct mistakes that overall wouldn't affect the meaning of what you're trying to say, but it's still important to make sure that they are correct. Revising is a separate process. And when you revise, you want to look for ways to choose the best words and clarify the overall meaning of what you're trying to say. So questions you should ask yourself when you're revising are, can you make your word choice more sophisticated? Have you explained your examples enough? Are your examples the best examples you could use? Do you need to clarify any of the wording in your sentences to make it clear? Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a good way to go about in a little bit of sample of how I go about revising a paper. This is a sample of an Animal Farm essay from last year. Okay, and what you're going to eventually be doing is you're going to read your paper out loud to your partner. It is the best tip I could give you for editing and revising your paper because your ears will help you catch those mistakes that your eyes possibly skim over. And then you are going to then share your paper with a buddy in class and then give them permission to comment but not edit, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is read this essay out loud. It says, the most effective way to destroy people is to deny and obliterate their own understanding of history. And we have a dash in George Orwell. What has happened in Animal Farm is that there are animals on a farm and that there were humans, but they were not feeding the animals, so they decided to leave. So automatically I'm catching the mistake that this should say they instead of the, and that this sentence is a big old run-on, okay? So I'm going to put the comment here. Sorry, my Chromebook is acting up. So I'm going to put the comment here that this is a run-on sentence. Okay. It says the animals then decide to start their own kind of government, they could say, and was using propaganda to gain power and manipulate other people in the power. And this is just very awkwardly worded. So I'm going to make the comment, this sentence does not make sense. In the excerpt from 1984, there were signs all over the city saying, Big Brother is watching you. And the guy saw this sign everywhere. And it was a type of propaganda to be known as fear about this sign. So again, I'm going to say this is a run-on sentence. Okay. And I also think that the word guy is slang. So I'm going to put the comment slang, and you might want something that's more formal. Says, in Animal Farm, there was a theme of the use of propaganda to manipulate and control power. In the book, there was propaganda used when Squealer was talking about a battle they had over nothing and started to talk about it and had to say the animals had more power and that Squealer was a spokesperson for Napoleon. Whoa, what a run-on. So again, I'm going to make the comment, this is a run-on. And I'm also noticing a lot of past tense verbs. So I'm going to make the comment, try to keep verbs in present tense, okay? It says, for example, in the text written by George Orwell, so this person needs a comma, leave the field to the enemy. This quote demonstrates the theme by trying to portray all the animals into thinking of everything will be okay. We all just need to get back to the work and to work on our farm and get food and do better. Okay, so this again is a run-on. And there's a personal pronoun right here. So I'm going to mark it and make the comment, avoid personal pronouns. And I'm sure you can see here by reading this out loud, I'm catching so many mistakes that my eyes might not necessarily have found. It says, he had acted like it was okay to be doing these battles and fed them all propaganda to make them say it was okay for all of this, which I think is a vague statement. Like, what is all of this? So I'm going to make the comment vague. what is all of this? Okay, because I think this person needs to clarify the word choice used in this essay. It says, therefore, in Animal Farm, there was a theme of the use of propaganda to manipulate and control power. So I'm looking at this statement and I'm like, I don't think this quote is very good because the whole point of the paper is about propaganda. And I'm going to say this quote isn't propaganda. So I'm going to make the comment, can you find a stronger quote? This quote is not about propaganda. So I know this topic is not what you're writing about, but hopefully you're getting a sense of what you should be, looking for in somebody else's paper. Do the sentences make sense? Do they ramble on and on? Do we have personal pronouns in here? The other thing I want to tell this person is that they need some MLA format. Okay, it should be double spaced. It should be in Times New Roman. And it should be in 12-point font. So your task for today, if you have not finished your rough draft, that's the first thing you should do. Unfortunately, if you're not finished, you're going to have to edit and revise your own paper. If you have finished your rough draft, grab a buddy, share the document, but only give permission for them to comment. So you do that by going to File, Share. You're going to type your person's, okay, we have to give it a title here. And then you have to type in your person's name here and then make sure they only have permission to comment and then click done. Okay. If you do that, then they can go in and see your paper. I want you then to next read your paper out loud because again, your ears will help you catch those mistakes, and then use the comment function once you're finished to peer edit and revise your person's paper. So that way you're getting an oral read through of the paper and then your person is also doing a read through. That's 2 revisions on your paper. Okay. And then after you make your final changes, you're pretty much done. And then you can go on and read American-Born Chinese. I hope this was helpful. Feel free to email me if you have any questions or concerns. I will be checking email on Friday. Take care. Be good to the sub. Mind your manners and have a great day.